You actually look a lot like I do. You have kind of a similar facial structure.
We're probably both German.
Norwegian.
There you go.
Nice mess.
What?
The pile of clothes behind you.
Oh, it's just my bed.
Yeah, I have no room to talk. My room's it's a mess right now. Oh, it's bad.
Okay. Bitrate's looking good. I'm almost done with this intro. Hopefully our 2 missing players will show up. Oh, who dat?
It's a Dexos.
Yeah, he's muted.
Oh my god, I need to write notes. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot.
I'm actually using
What would
your
the
notes.
session be?
I'm actually using your notes to write this introduction.
Oh,
What would the session be without the notes? It would be nothing.
no. Where are we even? Session 30.
Yep. Session 30.
Alright, time to get into all the Marley action.
Woo. I've been kind of getting lazy, and as I'm writing the notes, I've been writing like, explain! And then, like, having to like think back, it's like, oh shoot, what did I say? I can't talk and type at the same time.
There's nothing lazy about your notes.
Well, I'm definitely going to save tonight's session, so you can rewatch it if you need to. So don't worry about taking notes, because you're going to have a lot of things to do.
Where did I put my phone? Shit. Oh, I hate losing my phone.
Okay, I'm going to give them 5 minutes. And then we're going to get going.
I'm back.
Alright. Just a few more minutes, guys. Thanks for waiting.
Oh, I forgot to say, but I have I set my appointment for HRT.
Oh, yeah?
It's on the 23rd,
Alright.
That's
Just-
exciting.
day before Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah.
Hey, Marley, what did you ask again?
I didn't ask anything.
Oh, I thought you asked something.
I just noticed that 2 of my spells are rituals. I don't know when I would have used them as a ritual though. Because Water Walk I cast one time, but like in a crisis. As
Right.
we were running away from a fire tornado. And I've never cast Gentle Repose.
Yeah, that was pretty clutch. I'm like, she can see in my mind. She knows what's coming.
So what you're saying is we should be dead right now.
Technically, yes.
Well, not so much dead, just still healing burn scars. But you were saved that.
I still love that faceplate under the water.
I love that Sacha tried to like jump into the water and then couldn't, and then just like a cat on ice.
I should probably turn off.
Hey, Daxos, you with us?
I am.
Awesome. Has anyone received any word from Rangor?
Nope.
Okay. Well, in that case, it's time to get started. Just to recap what happened last time, our heroes, Chaos Theory, returned to Balkma with Trollhead and Heart in tow. After reporting to Thrum that they were victorious, the party decided to take in the finer parts of Balkma, namely the Inner Ring, where they had an exotic and tasty meal, and spent time with the Prince of Balkma himself, Gillian Gallant, or Gilly, to his friends. The next day, the party receives instructions to receive their reward for killing the troll at the East Gate, and they find that a garish but functional stage wagon was prepared for them as payment for the troll eradication. And they set out post-haste for Kalus, answering the summons of the mayor there, one Harl, who is very familiar with Marley. And when they arrived in the city, after dodging a cloud of crimson blood ravens, they stumbled onto the mayor having a rousing drinking competition with the local inhabitants, a bunch of strong men and women. And as the celebrations were winding down and Harl stood victorious over the pile of drunken bodies, she walked over to the group and asked, "How come they're Tedia?" And that's where we left off. So
I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration on Harl.
okay. She's gonna say, wait. What's the glowy hand? And when the magic is cast over her, she goes, man, took the good part away.
I'm charging this to the clinic, Harl. Can't keep doing this.
You know, you don't run the clinic anymore, Marley. Crather is doing that now.
Well, I think it still has the Goldmine name on it. Thank you very much.
Technicalities, schmechnicalities, she says, and then she kind of gives you a playful nudge with her shoulder, and then she gives you a big ol' hug.
Okay, I hug her back.
Okay. Then she looks to the rest of you and she says, "Welcome to Caloose!" And behind her, there's still a drunken, slovenly pile of strong men and women who are just kind of tripping over themselves.
And a warm welcome, it's Button.
And you see the large, dark-skinned Goliath just kind of looming behind Harl and just kind of moving people to the side of the walkway so people can get through. So you're now in Caloose. You're currently inside the Odachi, which is the town's only mead hall. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna kind of follow Marley's lead. She knows the place.
Okay.
Do I know who's in charge of the Odachi?
Harl.
Oh, dang it. I turn to Harl and ask, hey, do you think we can get some rooms for tonight?
Sure. No problem. On the house. And she gives you a wink. And she goes, Bertram! Bertram! And the tanned Goliath kind of stops moving people and he says, yes? Prepare rooms for these schmucks, would you? And she kind of gives a sly smile. In the meantime, I'll keep them entertained. And Bertram just kind of drops several people onto some chairs and then just kind of lumbers upstairs. And he's just kind of grumbling to himself as he walks upstairs. And Harl, she kind of turns her head and she says, I heard that, hubby. And he kind of stiffens at that and keeps walking up the steps.
Hubby?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's my man walking up those steps, she says, looking at
I
you.
see you got some good tape.
The best. And she gives you a sly wink. She's kind of looking at all of you and she says, so now that I'm not seeing double, I see that we're missing a few folks. Did something happen?
They ran off.
They ran off.
One of them went with Jibbin.
Oh, the Raven dude?
Well, two of them went with Jibbin. Yeah. Did they come here?
The tiefling girl, I saw her once, and I also saw that Raven guy. That was weird. He turned into a bird, and then he wasn't a bird, and he was naked. It was awkward.
Oh.
But she didn't seem to mind. I thought it was strange. But anyway, seems she might have went back where she came from then.
Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye out for them.
All right. Well, I think Bertram's got your rooms ready. Did y'all have anything you want to talk to me now? I mean, I understand my summons was kind of direct.
Do you have those journals?
I don't. I left them with Crather for safekeeping. Because,
Okay.
things happen around here, and you see that there's goblets knocked over, there's, like, wine and mead spilled all over tables and things like that.
Sure. Yeah, I'll have to stop by the clinic at some point anyways.
Alrighty.
Right.
She will set each of you up with a room, if you want one. Or you can shack together, whatever you want to do.
I need to be the puppy at the foot of Marley's bed.
Okay.
That's just my permanent spot now.
I think by this point Marley can't sleep without Sacha in the room.
Alright.
You can't sleep without the beady eyes watching you.
What about you, Daxos and Forrester?
Daxos would probably share a room with everyone if they were inclined. Or rather, the Forrester and Rangor.
Okay. Yeah, Rangor, I'm gonna say, will agree to it. He'll just kind of take up a bed to himself. Usually there's two beds to a room, so that's not a problem for you. Forrester, are you gonna bunk with Daxos and Rangor?
Yep.
Okay. All right. The night passes. Not really anything goes on. No dreams or anything like that tonight. And you wake up, you're fully rested. And it's kind of quiet, actually, when you do.
When did we want to do my book thing?
Sorry, what?
Did we want to do my book thing?
Which book thing?
Remember the thing that was going to happen with the book on the at the end of the last session. I was reading a book on our travels, and you said something was about to happen with it.
Oh, right. You try to open the book again last night, I imagine when Marley was sleeping, and it would not open.
Did you know what? I'm sorry. His film theory.
All right.
His film theory as one of his.
All right. So you guys are free to move about the tavern as you like. It's kind of quiet at the moment. But as you're kind of stirring, you can smell things like bacon and eggs being cooked somewhere in the tavern.
I go towards the smell of bacon.
Okay. You all convene in the main drinking hall. Bertram is wearing a small little chef hat on his head. And he's wearing an apron that says "Kiss the Cook" on it.
I love him.
And he's kind of flipping some pancakes, and he's already got a stack of bacon and sausage ready to go.
Why, you see my favorite character already?
So Bertram starts doling out some eggs, and whoever wants to eat can.
Yes.
And then eventually Harl comes down the stairs, kind of bleary-eyed. You think maybe she might have had another couple of glasses after you went to bed, Marley.
I ignore her.
All right. And she kind of yawns and, "Oh, good morning, everyone. So, you ready to hear about the town's troubles?" And she sits down across from you guys.
I just look up at her with a mouth bursting full of bacon.
"I like the way you think." And she picks up a piece of bacon and starts munching on it.
Just like an entire plate's worth is sitting in Sacha's mouth right now.
So, in my message, I was pretty vague. Didn't have a lot of space, as you can imagine. Raven legs are kind of tiny, but yeah, we got some folks having nightmares around here, and I have no idea what to do about it.
Nightmares?
Yeah, visions of demons coming out of a wall. It's just gross stuff.
So you called us down here for bad dreams?
It wouldn't be such a big deal if it wasn't everybody in the village having them.
Okay, that's a different story. Okay.
Right. So, I'm out of my depth here. But I heard that you guys have some, experience with weird shit, so I thought I'd call you guys down here. Plus, I miss Marley, so there.
I mean, I don't know how much experience we have with dreams, but weird shit, we got that in the bag.
What kind of dreams are these? Other than demons coming out of walls, like what specifically are people seeing?
Lots of evil maniacal laughter. There's green flames.
Green flames?
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's definitely a staple feature in all the dreams.
Any skeletons?
No, not really skeletons.
Or people you know who are dead?
Not that I can remember.
Would you
Go ahead.
happen to know when these dreams started?
About a month ago, but it wasn't like everybody got them at the same time. It was one or two people, and then a few more, and now everyone's got them.
How often do they happen?
Every night now. That's why. That's why I'm.
Event that happened.
Sorry, go ahead.
Was there any significant event that happened before the dream started?
Well, now that you mention it, a couple nights ago there were some green lights over the town. It was like lightning almost, but green.
Has there been any other strange?
Let's see, the green lights, the dreams. That's pretty much been it.
Anyone new in town?
Well, the newest person here is Crather, but he's been here for a good 6 months now.
We didn't have any dreams last night.
You did not.
I did. Has Crowther been having these dreams?
He says he has.
Can I make a check of some kind, see if there's a significance to the green flames, like religious or arcane?
Make an Arcana check.
16.
16. With 16, you realize that these are phenomena that were surrounding the Nexus in Orgrove.
Say, don't you, green flames, doesn't that sound a little bit like what we expired out around Orgrove?
Oh, with the hag. Oh.
Oh my god, the demons coming out of the walls? Like, in her hut? Like all those animal parts on the walls?
Yeah, it just kinda reminded me of that a little bit.
Sounds like we might.
See, I knew you guys were into some weird shit.
Sounds like we should do a sweep of the woods nearby first.
There's not really any woods. I'm sure it was dark when you came in last night, but yeah, the Tiktai steppes are pretty barren. It's all snow, and I mean there are a few clusters of trees here and there, but
Is there any cave systems or ravines nearby?
I mean there's the part of the frozen bay out over the water, and then there is the Tiktai steppes to the south, and then that's pretty much it around here.
So not many hiding spots.
Well, I mean, there are some ice shacks kind of littered all over the frozen parts of the bay, but no one's used those in years.
What do you guys think?
If this has anything to do with the Nexus shards, then I think we should look for it. Although,
Rangor, what's the shard doing? Is it doing anything right now?
He is kind of absent-mindedly munching on some bacon, and he kind of rummages through a pocket, and you hear once he pulls out the shard that it is actually starting to clink against the tinderbox he has. It's vibrating kind of rapidly as well.
That might be something to follow then.
Yeah, Rangor, I think you got a text message, man.
What's a text message? So, it sounds like you guys have a lead. I hate to say this, but I'm gonna have to let you guys handle this. I've got to go take care of a trade route issue.
We get it. Go be mayor.
You don't tell me twice. And she gets up and she walks over to Bertram. And she just kind of waves him down, and he bends over and she gives him a nice big smooch. And then
I love them.
And then she just kind of saunters out the door. But she stops at the mantle. And she picks up this giant sword that was kind of sitting on the mantle. She says, "Oh, almost forgot you, best friend." And she walks out the door with it.
Alright, well, I guess first lead is to follow the clinking.
Okay.
Well, we could do that, but why don't we ask our friend, or the husband, about his dreams, maybe? See if it all matches up.
I suppose we can do that.
Bertram is kind of folding his apron, and he comes out from the bar, and he says, "Yes, what would you like to know?"
I love Bertram.
Well, if you don't mind,
Marley,
you
make an intelligence check for me, please.
Oh, wait, what?
Make an intelligence check.
20.
20.
Not
Hearing the way he talks, he reminds you of one of the teachers at the college. Give me just a second here, sorry. He reminds you of Uludolf, the Disowned.
Uh-oh. That's, Gary's teacher.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what were you trying to say earlier? I think it was Forrester.
What was that?
I'm sorry, Daxos, were you trying to say something?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask him about his dreams, see if he could illuminate on us if he had had them.
Yes, I've had those dreams as well. And Harl, she doesn't like to talk about it, but she's been having them too.
Anything spring to mind about them? She mentioned green lightning, green energy,
Well, it's
that type
obvious
of
to
stuff.
me.
Is there anything?
Well, it's obvious to me there's something arcane going on around here, but unfortunately my hands are rather tied. And he kind of waves a hand at the bar. It's still kind of dirty. There's still dishes and stuff left over from the night before.
Sure, we understand. I just wanted to know if there was any other kind of iconography that stuck out to you from your dreams. You know, like a religious type of symbol almost.
The most iconic thing I can think of is the green flames, but other than that...
Fair enough. Well, regardless, that's probably a no. I don't have any further questions for you.
Very well. Marley, it is so good to meet you in person. Harl sometimes will not shut up about you. And I hear that you're studying at the college, right?
I am.
What's
Funny
your-
thing, you kind of remind me of one of the teachers there.
Yes. Uladolf has been my teacher since I was very small. Well, smaller, I should say.
Do you happen to know Gilly?
He was just starting when I was leaving, in my last couple of months. I mean, the name sounds familiar. Smaller lad, pale, sickly. Is that about right?
I think maybe he's grown up a bit.
Could be. It's been some time since I've seen him last.
It was nice to meet you too, Bertram.
Likewise, and he extends a hand.
I shake it.
Okay. Yeah, his hand just kind of engulfs your entire forearm, and he just kind of lightly shakes it. So what would you guys like to do next?
Well, I think we should follow that, the crystal, but if you guys have any ideas.
No, it seems like the most reasonable course of action.
So where would you like to begin your search?
What direction is it kind of clinking towards?
So... it is clinking to the east of you, which is kind of heading out towards the water.
Let's follow as far as we can, then.
Okay. As you're going along, I need everyone to make perception checks, please. Marley, make yours with advantage.
Oh, that's... Why is it going to performance?
That's persuasion.
Why is it... Come on, what is happening? Oh my god.
Oof.
Okay, we'll take
There
that.
it is.
We'll take that 14. Okay. Out of the corner of your eye, Marley, you see a familiar kind of shape. But when you turn to look at it, you don't see anything in the window of the clinic when you walk by. Forrester, you on the other hand, with your 23, you see a man that is kind of on the taller side, with brown hair, kind of like a mustache. And then he turns, looks at Marley, and then walks into the clinic, like further inside, away from the window.
I point out the building.
Okay. She points to this building, and you see written on a nice kind of sign is the Goldvine Clinic.
Oh, it's home then.
Yeah, I used to live there.
Would you like to go have a knock about?
Is your father human? Marley?
No, Dad was an elf.
Oh.
Mom was a human. If you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. We're here already.
Yeah. I lead people to the door and
Okay.
knock on a clinic door.
All right. You walk up to the porch. Do you want to knock on the apothecary or the waiting room?
Do I have the keys to this place still?
You do not.
I guess
Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna say you do. I don't think you'd give those up. Yeah.
Then I would like to enter through the apothecary.
Okay. You do, and it is locked whenever you first try to open the door, as it should be. So you unlock it and walk in. No one's there. But when you open the door and walk in, you start to kind of hear like shuffling on the other side of the wall where the office would be. And when you walk into the apothecary, you see there's all kinds of supplies. You see a mortar and pestle on a counter surface. You see all the odds and ends, the distillery kind of set up over in a corner.
I guess Crowther's probably in the office.
As soon as you say that, the waiting room door opens up on the other side of the porch, and there is a blonde-haired, kind of on the shorter side gentleman, and he says, "What are you all doing? This is the Goldvine Clinic. Oh, are you Marley by chance?"
Yes. Are you Crowther?
I am, and he kind of walks forward, extending a hand.
I shake it enthusiastically. Thank you
Okay.
so much for taking care of my home.
Oh, happy to do it. It's been an absolute delight. I'm so incredibly sorry to hear about your parents. They didn't know me, but I knew them through reputation, and they were two of the best.
I am beaming proudly.
Wait, did Marley ever tell us about her parents?
I don't know.
Once or twice.
So what brings you to town?
Harl called us.
Did she? Oh, the nightmares. And Crowther kind of says and looks over the entire party and says, "Oh, she must have brought in some adventurers, eh?"
Yep, that's us.
Well, that's great. What can I do to help?
Why don't you tell us about your nightmares?
Green flames, monsters coming out of the walls, horrible stuff.
So about the same as everyone else.
Seems like it. I tried to treat them. I thought it was just kind of some kind of hysteria at first, but it was so persistent and so similar in every case. It can't be natural.
Seeing as you're a medical professional, is there any pattern to how it seemed to spread to everybody? We were told that not everybody had them all at once, just kind of spread like a sickness, if you will.
You know, I did. You know, that thought had occurred to me. Here, let me show you something. Come to my office, please. Do you follow him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I follow.
Okay. He leads you through the waiting room, out of the apothecary. He's the last one to leave, and then he closes the apothecary door and locks it with his own set of keys. Then walks to the waiting room behind you, and he kind of ushers you all into this smaller kind of office. And it's a little bit interesting. He's got a desk, but he's also got a kind of examination table also in this room with him. And he says, sit anywhere you like. Let me show you what I've discovered. And he kind of rummages through a couple of drawers, and he pulls out two things. He pulls out a small leather-bound kind of book. It's been pretty worn, and some of the edges appear to be kind of frayed and aged pretty terribly. He sets that down on top of the desk, and then he rolls out a large kind of parchment. And Marley, you realize that this is a map of Kalus that he's laid out here, and he has taken names and written them on the houses of some of the affected, and he's kind of done like a time lapse kind of thing, and you can see circles drawn on it, and then there's a smaller circle that kind of leads off into the bay somewhere, or encompassing the parts of the frozen bay. And he says, "This is is the result of careful tracking. So I figured out that these nightmares started to occur closest to the shore, and then spread inland.
Does there seem to be any reason as to the transmission? Or would it be just something like a common cold, or just, people getting too close to one another?
Absolutely,
we were out in the pub yesterday, none of us.
Absolutely almost no common factor except for being here in Kalus. That is the only commonality among the patients or victims would be a closer guess.
Well, it doesn't sound like we'll need to play it safe. Sounds like if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
Have the people in this town been getting sick at all since this started?
Not like before, and he kind of gives you a serious look. Like it's not been like that, But there's been some colds, a couple cases of pneumonia here and there. Nothing I can't handle. And he kind of dusts his lab coat off.
Well, that's a relief.
Yes, it is, isn't it? He kind of looks around the office. Oh, I believe Harl may have promised you this, and he slides over the leather-bound book. And on it, now that you're looking at it closely, it does say Gold Vine on it. For some reason, I forgot your mother's name.
Oof.
Emily, I think.
Emily? It does.
I also forgot what I told you my mother's name was.
Oh boy.
Don't worry, I did that with mine.
Emmeline.
Emmeline. Right?
Yes.
Emmeline. Okay, it does say Emmeline Goldvine on there. That's what it was. And the gold leafing is kind of faded and scratched out in places, but it doesn't look like it was recently done. It looks like it was done over time.
I I take it very, very gently.
Okay. Okay. So you have her journal. What would you like to do?
I want to open it.
Okay. When you do, go ahead and make a sanity check. No, I'm just kidding. When you read it, the first 3/4 of the journal are pretty standard stuff. It's kind of outlining the journey from Ramshorn to Kalus. The very early parts of settling Kalus and helping Harl kind of make sure people are well enough to work and go out and escort fishing parties and all that kind of stuff. And then you get to the part where the plague hits. And the entries become more sporadic. And there's very, very little information in this journal about that time. She talks a lot about how difficult it is to ascertain how the plague is spreading. She talks about some of the symptoms, bleeding from the eyes, also the mouth, sometimes fingernails just kind of falling off and just kind of bleeding all over the place. It's a very nasty and very painful condition, this plague. And then she remarks how amazing it is that she and your father have been able to stay healthy. And then she realized that it's because they are protected at all times. They don't leave a single bit of their flesh exposed. And so she kind of muses that it's probably something that they breathe, and that even just skin contact with breath can transfer it. And then there's an entry about your father dying and passing away. There's an incident where one of the patients got excited, she says, and tore his gear. And then he soon after succumbed. And then she says, "We've contained it finally, but we couldn't burn the bodies like we should. But fuel is so scarce here, and there's still enough townsfolk that we need heat. So we've taken to getting as much salt as we can and packing the bodies and burying them away from the town. Harl's finally come back, and she's helping us take care of the bodies as best we can. Unfortunately, it means I can't lay him properly to rest," and you imagine she's talking about your father. "I'm going to make sure that he's not buried with the rest of them. He doesn't deserve that. But I am going to have to make sure that he is covered in salt." And then there's the last entry is, it starts to kind of waver, like the hand is unsteady. She's talking about her day, and then she says, "I'm sick as well. I don't know when it happened. Maybe when I was moving him, maybe a moment of distraction. I'm not sure." And then her handwriting gets erratic, and you can't make out something she's saying. And then there's a one last line that says, I love you, Marley. And a dollop of blood dots the end of the sentence, like a period.
I close the book.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it in my bag.
Okay.
I'm taking this with me.
All right. So what would you like to do next?
Well, if that shard is going to take us to the bay, it seems like that's the way to go.
Onward!
Oh, by the way, all that was written in Elven, in case you didn't know, Marley. Okay, so you guys are walking towards the bay, and you can see some people just kind of leering at you guys. And as you're walking through, you kind of notice there aren't really individual houses here. There are more like these long houses. Very few kind of standalone buildings, aside from the like where they clean the fish up along the beach. And as you guys are walking towards the water, I need Forrester and Marley to please make perception checks. Okay. Forrester, can you make another perception check?
Alright.
Okay. Both of you hear some whispering kind of on either side, and you hear someone ask, do you think they're here about the hole in the ground, about all the missing bodies?
There are
Whoa.
missing bodies. I say out loud.
And when you say that, one of the townspeople kind of jumps and says, "God's in the sky, that one's got ears." Yes, sir. There's well, there was a bad sickness that come through here, and many of us died. My grandfather, in fact, and he just couldn't fight the plague, and they buried him in a hole full of salt. But
How long ago was this?
But when we went to go visit, the hole was open.
When did this happen?
A couple months ago.
This dreams happened what, a month ago, right?
They started a couple months ago, but this apparently happened 2 or 3 months before that.
Oh, alright. Where is the hole?
Oh, it's over on the. Let me check my notes. Sorry, bad DM, bad. It's past the south wall. It's pretty far out. We didn't want to. You know, have them too close, but not too far either.
Alright then, thank you.
You're welcome, sir. And they kind of go back to what they were doing. You guys make it to the shore, and you see out in the distance. The shore, by the way, is completely frozen. It is freezing cold out here, this close to the Tiktai steps, and all around this coast, or this this beach to this bay, it is just completely frozen over, like a lake. But when you look out, you can see a couple rows of ice houses.
Do any of them have lights on?
No. You can actually kind of see off the... Actually, make a perception check, everyone who's looking out there. Okay. Daxos and Satya, you two are the only ones to notice that there are a couple, like some of the doors on these ice houses are kind of just swinging in the wind.
Hmm. And there's no smoke coming from any of them, like chimneys?
Nope.
Yeah. Well, I guess those ice houses are a good place to start.
What ho!
Yeah, I agree.
Adventurers! You see a human running up to you guys. He's got kind of like these cornrows kind of thing. And he's wearing a bright red shirt with these kind of goldish pants. And he himself is just kind of like this milquetoast kind of color to him. As he
Don't
walks
call me a ho, you ho.
as he walks up to you guys. And he says, "Adventurers, are you not?"
Don't call me a ho, you ho.
Yeah, we're adventurers. What can we do for you?
Wonderful, well met. My name is Silvigir. Sorry, couldn't even read the name I put down.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. Is there something going on you'd like to tell us about?
Yes, absolutely. Commerce. The chance for commerce, good sir. I love the horns, by the way. Is that something you did to yourself? I'm just kidding. I know you're a tiefling. Anyway, I have an opportunity for all of you. I have some rare artifacts. And he kind of does like jazz fingers when he says artifacts. If you happen to have any gems, come and see me just outside of town on the south side. I'll be happy to show you what I have in stock.
Sure, we'll certainly keep that in mind.
Splendid. And he just kind of walks off. So you're looking at these rows of ice houses. What would you like to do?
Start heading towards the closest one, I'd say.
Okay,
And watch the clinking as we go.
great. So if you'd like to approach these ice houses in stealth, go ahead and make a stealth check.
He has passed without a trace.
Okay.
All of us.
I guess we can go do stealth. I wasn't even thinking about that. So, 35.
Shit. Sorry guys, give me just a second here, sorry. Okay. Okay. You guys are approaching from over here.
Does Forrester have a weapon?
Yes, he does.
We have a... Yeah, I do. I just don't really use it.
What is it?
scimitar.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I'm just drawing him right now, so.
Gotcha. Practically brand new scimitar. Let's see,
Yeah, pretty much.
25, 9. A natural. No, sorry, it's disadvantage. Nice. Okay. Alright, not bad. You walk up to this cluster of shacks. And you can see there are a couple different sizes here. There are also some in various states of disrepair. This smaller one off to the far side is probably the worst off that you can see. So feel free to move your pieces across the board if you'd like, and tell me what you want to do. Y'all can see the map, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, this frozen, is it just ice we're on? Like, it's not like
There's also some
3 feet of water beneath us?
No, it's just ice. Make a perception check actually for me.
Okay.
Oh, how thick does it seem?
You can make a perception check as
8.
well. It's solid as hell. You'll be fine.
Oof.
Oh boy.
Yeah, man. This ice. Yeah, Marley, you can make an advantage. You can make a check with advantage. Perception check. Okay. Marley, you would know that the further north you go on this map, the less stable the ice is going to get. While where you are, you know that it's pretty safe. There aren't any chunks of ice missing. And you guys are kind of close to a couple sandbars. So you're relatively safe here. But if anything were to happen, like, say, strike the ice fairly hard, things could happen.
Okay. I'm gonna use like hand gestures to just tell the party like stay to that side. Don't come over here.
Okay. That's easy enough to do. Everyone's intelligence score is above a 10, so...
Wait, was it the east or the north?
You guys, according to Marley's instructions, want to stay south.
Okay.
So,
Oh, great. You started us on the north. Thanks.
I did.
northwest. Alright. So make sure.
So,
Daxos is going to take this opportunity to use an Eldritch Invocation.
Oh.
He's going to use the Gift of the Depths.
Okay.
Oh, that sounds emo.
That means I can cast Water Breathing without expending a spell slot.
Okay.
Oh, deaths. I heard deaths.
Oh, jeez.
That's like, well, that sounds very edgy, but alright.
Alright. So your stealth checks are still pretty good. You've kind of figured out where you can step and where you can't. What would you like to do now?
circle around the building, see what we can see inside.
Okay. Go ahead and move where you're going to have yourself. Can't really see a whole lot. The doors are kind of on the inside of the rows, if that makes sense.
Yeah, where Marley's at.
Marley, go ahead and make a perception check. You too as well, Sacha. Move Ranger over here. Okay. So,
Probably 16.
Marley, you look in there, and you see 4 winged shapes hanging upside down in the kind of rafters of this building, and they haven't noticed you. And they look like bats the way they're hanging upside down, but they're like the biggest bats you've ever seen.
Hmm.
You can't really see much detail other than the fact that their wings are kind of tightly wrapped around their bodies.
Okay. I'm going to, just silently point up to it.
Okay.
And tell the rest of the party, look up
Sacha,
there.
you see these bat-like creatures as well. You also see Rangor kind of flailing his arms in your general direction. And he is taking out the tinderbox. He's pointing wildly at the southernmost ice house.
I'm just gonna shake my head at him. No.
I know what those bats are.
Make a nature check and move yourself in front of the building if you want to look.
Oh yeah. Nope.
Some big ass bats.
Yeah.
That's all you get. Rangor is still kind of gesticulating wildly, and then he kind of goes into like stealth mode and begins to walk closer. You can see he's doing pretty well, actually. He stands in front of the door and looks around, like, do I open it?
I'm gonna start walking up behind him.
Okay.
I already produce flame just in case.
Produce flame.
Yeah, in case something comes out of the door and he opens.
Okay. What about the rest of you guys?
I'm gonna prepare thorn whip to catch anything that comes out.
Okay.
Yeah, Dex is with Shillelagh.
Gotcha. Make a... Shillelagh's got a verbal component, doesn't it?
That's a good question.
Yeah, he's gonna loudly yell, "Shillelagh!"
It does. If it
Okay,
does,
make
then
a-
I'll just...
Make a
Oh, go
stealth.
ahead. Yeah.
Make a stealth check with disadvantage. You are still within range of foresters. Passed out a trace, though.
Yikes.
Ooh.
So 14.
So, a couple things happen simultaneously. Rangor opens the ice house, and at the same time, Daxos screams, "Shillelagh!" to enchant his weapon. And you all hear this kind of screeching sound with the flapping of wings, and then there's also an explosion of sand and ice as... Let me show you, if I can.
Oh no. What kind of hellspawn are we about to face?
Let me show you. Oh, man. Oh, Fantasy Grounds, no. Alright, I'll just have to pull it from D&D Beyond. Do. Sorry for the slowdown here, guys. Sorry, give me just a second. So this bug-like creature bursts out of the ground, and it's got these 4 arms that kind of end in these pinchers, and these mandibles kind of are extruding from its face above these bright yellow eyes. And it just kind of clatters these mandibles together, and it brandishes this trident at Rangor. I need everyone to roll initiative. Sorry, just a second. I gotta get these
You're
bat
fine.
things set up. And then I'm gonna get some proper music. All right. So, Daxos, you're first up. You are hearing behind you 4 sets of large leathery wings and screeches that sound oddly human behind you. And then in front of you, you see this trident-wielding bug-like creature with these glowing yellow eyes bearing down on your party. What do you do?
Oh shit. You said I hear 4. Can I discern, like, if those are actual human screeches I hear? Like, is a human being attacked?
It sounds like a human is screaming, like, at you, is what it sounds like.
Ah, okay. Alright. Well, shit. 20-foot range. Just out of curiosity, how well put together is this shack where that screaming is coming from? Is it like kind of shoddy? Is it like well constructed?
Make a intelligence check for free. I'm not gonna make you spend an action to do it. Go ahead and make an intelligence check.
Oh, jeez, 5.
It's solid as a rock. You think it could withstand a lot?
Well, let's that's definitely where the screeching is coming from, though, right? That house that like we peeked in
Yes.
and we saw the 4. Okay.
Yep.
I am going to stand a little further back, like right about. I'll move next to Marley,
Huh?
and then I am going to cast Fireball
Oh
into the
shit.
shack.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
Which shack?
Go ahead and roll the damage for Fireball. What's the dex save?
The dex save would be 16.
16.
Was it, did you... I guess too close.
What is the radius of Fireball?
It is 20 feet.
20 feet. So...
Yeah.
No, you're fine as long as you hit the back corner of the house.
Yeah.
Okay.
And let's see. So 4th level. So it's 1d.
Oh, Forester
So-
would be caught in it, though.
It doesn't expand the range for it if I increase it to 4th level, though.
Okay. So, okay, I see what you're saying. Alright. Oh yeah, you can make it work. That's not a problem. So I need to make 4 dex saves. What's your DC?
It is 16.
16. 2 fail, 2 succeed. Did you roll damage? Good God.
It's a little low.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty low.
That was a lot of
little
freaking
low.
dice.
Not a single above 4. Jeez.
Still, though, it's 20 damage. You kill 2 of them, so that's good.
There.
He's our glass cannon.
And I get 12 temporary hit points.
Okay.
Not so glass anymore.
So you watch, the rest of you watch as Daxos backs up, kind of carefully trying not to slide on this ice, and then he extends his hand out, and his eyes kind of flash red for a second, and this fox-tailed fireball just kind of arcs into the air and explodes on this ice house. The walls come down, and 2 charred, winged corpses fall to the ground, and 2 more of these kind of bat-like creatures with human faces just kind of stare and look around at all of you.
Marley, the people in this town have insurance, right?
Maybe? I think Carl has us covered.
Oh, I think I know what these are.
Oh, good. Dax is on his turn.
Okay. Give me just a second here, sorry.
Oh, what were these called again? I know what they're called. I know what they are. Oh, I can't remember.
Why? Okay. Thank you. Alright.
All I remember is don't let it bite you.
Okay. Forrester, you're up next. You see flying in the air these two winged creatures off to your side with human faces and long extended fangs and these bat-like wings on either side of the head. And then you see the insectoid-like creature with a trident bearing down on Rangor. And all of you can see inside his ice house this creature is standing in, a large pulsing green jewel is floating in the air behind it. It is another Nexus.
It's inside the house.
Yep.
Or that cabin.
Yep.
Well, I was ready my spell already, so
Oh yeah, flame, or produce flame, right?
yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What was that to
17
hit?
hit.
17,
should,
that's a miss. 17's a miss.
Oh shit, really?
Yep.
Damn, alright. Okay, and then Forrest is gonna move. Try and get away from those guys. Where? And yeah, that'll be it.
Okay. Rangor's up next. He is going to... Yeah, he sees the advantage. He's going to stay where he is and do his attacks on this guy. With his full blade, his dummy thick sword. First attack, that's a hit with a 21. Roll damage on that. Not bad. That's another hit. Good lord. Nice. One more. No, he's only got 2 attacks, I think. I think about it. Yeah, he's only got 2 attacks. And then he's gonna bonus action. That's gonna be it for him. Yeah, I'm gonna play him kind of dumb because he's not here.
So you're gonna play him normally?
So he's gonna move to the side, actually. And he's gonna be like, "Get in here!" And he's gonna kind of point towards Daxos and Forrester. Next is gonna be this winged critter. Is gonna fly over to Daxos. And it's gonna bite at you. That's 21 to hit.
That's a hit.
Yep. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please. Okay.
13.
Alright, you take 16 points of poison and piercing damage. Not like doubled or anything, it's just total, because it's not split up. I'm sorry. So 7 points of piercing damage and 9 points of poison damage, if that matters
Okay.
for your resistances. And you are not poisoned.
Alright.
Okay. And now I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy.
As it's
Okay.
flapping in your face, it lets out this horrific shriek.
14.
Alright, you just save. You feel your body start to tense up from a fear kind of washing over you, but you manage to shrug it off. Marley, you heard this ridiculous shriek coming from behind you, and you heard kind of Daxos kind of growl under his breath. And then you see this nasty bug creature. Looks like it's rearing up to attack Rangor.
Gonna make a big move. Would you say that this body of water is 25 feet deep?
Which spell are you trying to use?
Control water.
Can you dump that in the chat for me, please? Just want to look at something.
Specifically whirlpool. I'm trying to create this whirlpool that's 5 feet wide at the base, up to 50 feet wide at the top, and 25 feet tall.
An ice whirlpool.
So the description,
water.
the description for the water. I'm sorry for the spell. Sorry, is until the spell ends, you control any freestanding water. Ice isn't freestanding, unfortunately. If it was like if it was like a lake or something, I'd say yeah, go ahead. But this is ice.
Would my fireball have created any?
I'm a roll for that. That's a good call. High or low?
Me or Marley? I'll let Marley pick.
Marley, high or low? It did not. It created a crater, but it did not create any water that you can manipulate.
Okay. In that case, how high up are these creatures flying?
Not too high. They're within swinging distance because they need to get down to bite you. So.
And then, okay, just one more question. Are, like, for example, if something would increase someone's, or if, like, for example, I have a spell that would give advantage on Constitution checks, would that also include saves?
Which spell?
Enhance ability.
I'm pretty sure enhance ability is just checks, not saves.
Just checks.
Yeah, just checks.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay. Ooh. I'm gonna cast Guardian of...
Okay. What's the radius on that again?
Radius is... any creature hostile to me within 10 feet of the Guardian, and the range is 30 feet.
Okay. Where are you going to drop that Guardian at?
If I can catch both of these flying creatures. We'll put it there. So that both of them are within 10 feet
ahead
of it,
and
like
move it.
right in the middle.
Go ahead and move it where you want it. Right here?
Yep.
Okay. All right, and that's within 10 feet.
Yes.
Okay, what's
and
the save for them?
14 dexterity.
14 dex. Not a favorite of theirs. That's a fail. And that's a success.
Okay. The
And
one that fails take... Go for it.
Do they take damage on their turn or on your turn and then when you summon it? I forget how that spell works exactly.
Is any creature hostile to you that moves to space within 10 feet of the Guardian for the first time on a turn?
Okay.
Must succeed on the dex saving throw.
So any turn.
On a turn.
Oh, okay, on a turn. I'm gonna rule that.
I don't know if that means now or...
Yeah, I'm gonna rule that as right now. So go ahead and roll damage for the one that failed.
So it's 20 radiant damage on a failed, and then half as much on a successful one.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, they both die.
Great.
There you go. Guardian of Faith, man.
Zap.
Zap. You can see the bat wing shrivel and kind of curl into the human head, and you see it just kind of crumble into like a skull as it just kind of plops down on the ground or the ice. Good job, Marley. Do you have a bonus action?
Yes, I think I'm going to cast... What is it? I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on Daxos.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead.
That gives you a +2 on your AC.
Ooh, gracias.
Oops. All right. Next is another winged boy. Oops, I didn't place him. This winged boy appears out of the ground over here and flies over at a forester. He's going to try to bite you. Not with the 3. Alright, and then I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Alright.
Oh no!
Are you serious?
So this bat creature flies up to you and gets in your face, Forrester, and just shrieks like a demon. And you become so frightened of it, you are stunned.
Damn, alright.
Alright, next is another bat dude. It is going to fly over to Daxos and try to bite you. That's a miss with a 13.
Woo!
And I need you to make another wisdom save, please.
Ah,
Alright. This bat creature does the same thing to you again, but this time you don't resist it as well, and you are also frightened and stunned.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Next is the Mezzalot's turn. And he is going to look over at Daxos or Rengor. He's going to see Daxos is stunned, but he's already taken a good. He's got slammed pretty hard by Rengor, so he's going to swing at him a few times. And then is going to attack twice with its claws. Ooh, man, almost a crit. Okay. It's gonna swing again. That's a miss. One more time. Oops, actually, no, that doesn't happen. So he gets 2 claw attacks, then a trident attack, my bad. Oh, but he hits with that 17, so... And he's going to be doing it one-handed. Alright. So you watch as this Mezzaloth slashes at him with 2 of its claws that just kind of come from over its shoulders, and then it stabs simultaneously with the trident, getting a few good licks in on Rengor. And then... And then you're going to see its eyes begin to glow at the end of its turn. Such it is your turn.
What, I'm playing a game? There were so many turns, I forgot. God, there were so many of them.
Yes, there were.
Right. What's this G again?
That's the Guardian of Faith that Marley summoned.
Okay.
I don't think I can move it, can I? The Guardian of Faith.
I can move it.
No, I mean, like, the spell doesn't allow her to. I don't think.
Alright, I'm gonna go for the Mezzaloth. Just because that seems like the bigger threat.
Okay.
I'm going to charge at it. And do some swipey swipes.
Okay.
I forget what pluses that gives me.
Let's see. With your murder mitts?
For charging.
Oh, for charging. Charging. Oh. I see. Give me just a second here. I will tell you.
Charger. Oh, I clicked on the feet, but there's no text there.
I got it. If you move at least 10 feet in a straight line, immediately before taking this bonus action, you gain a +5 to attack to the attack's damage roll. Or you push the target up to 10 feet away from you.
I'll go with damage.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Alright. And the one.
That's a hit.
And... Alright.
Alright, so you get sneak attack damage plus the +5 for charger.
Oof. Did the second one hit?
Yes, the second one also hit. So
And that doesn't get charger, right?
No, just the first one.
Okay. Alright, there's both damage.
And roll sneak attack. Okay, and then +5 to that. So, what'd you get? Nice.
35.
Very nice.
Ooh.
Alright, so. Back to the top of the round. I'm sorry, did you have a... That was your bonus action, and you attacked. Did you have another... Did you want to move anywhere else, Sacha?
I'll take a 5-foot step away from it.
Okay.
But you're telling me 35 didn't kill it?
No.
Holy shit.
No, it's pretty hardy. It's not even bloody yet.
What?
So if you're going to move away, it's going to take an opportunity attack on you.
It was only 5 feet. So still.
You're moving out of its attack range.
Never mind then.
Okay. Alright. You can move around it. I just can't get out of its attack range.
Can I move to the other side? Or is it hovering over the building?
No, it's staying in front of it.
Alright, I'm gonna go around the side of the building.
Okay. That's technically still within range, but yeah, you can do that. So, Daxos, you are stunned. So you're gonna pass your turn, but you're gonna come out of it just fine. You're still frightened of this creature, though. So anytime it is within your line of sight, you have disadvantage on attack rolls. Keep that in mind going forward. Forrester, you are also stunned, but you recover. You are afraid, just the same as Daxos. And Ringor is up next. And he's going to get advantage on all his attack rolls because he's flanking with Sacha. Good call,
Do we
Sacha.
get a chance to save him frightened or no? We just frightened until the end of battle.
Stunned, I believe you don't have a chance to recover. It just goes away at the end of your turn. If that's right.
Frightened.
Oh, frightened. Oh, that's right. So yeah, go ahead. Both you make wisdom saves.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay.
That's a 1.
Okay, you both
Oh.
save. You're no longer frightened. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, Rangor is going to make both of his attacks with advantage. Oh my god, a natural 20.
Oof.
Jesus.
Cut in
Oof.
half.
25
in
damage
half.
with that one swing.
Just remember, he can reroll his damage too.
No, it's fine. He's happy with all this damage. It's fine. Okay, I thought it was another natural 20. I was like, holy crap. No, it's just regular. Okay. Alright, this bug-like creature has taken a lot of full blade swings, and it is starting to look a little bit more haggard, and its eyes begin to glow with an ever more sinister kind of presence to it. Marley, you're up next.
Okay. I'm gonna hop over to right next to my guardian.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast Toll the Dead at the Mezzaloth.
Okay. What's the save on that?
Wisdom 14 save.
Wisdom 14. Wisdom save. Oh, natural 19.
Okay, it doesn't do it then.
Yeah. Sorry about that. You got a bonus action?
I think maybe... You know what? This thing has never worked for me, but why not? I'm gonna cast my spiritual weapon.
Okay. Give me just a second here.
Just to inflict injury or whatever. It's
I
called.
don't have it today.
Oh. But you always one-shot things with that.
If I'm expecting a fight, but I'm in my hometown where I feel safe, so I don't have a lot of
We'll say
fighting
that's your
spells prepped.
we'll say that's your spiritual guardian, the question mark.
Okay. Since we're on water, I'm gonna say it's like giant kelp.
Okay.
It's comfort.
Giant
comfort.
thorny kelp.
Spiritual weapon. Oh,
Go make a spell
Sorry.
attack.
yeah. Where is it? Attack.
That's a miss, unfortunately. This
Nope.
giant golden seaweed wraps around the Mezzaloth, and then it just kind of slips off the spine, scraping its carapace armor as it goes. Next is going to be another of the Bat Boys. It looks like it's trying to shriek at you, Forrester, but it just can't seem to find its voice. But it is going to try to bite you again. With a 2. Come on, guys. Get your shit
Nice.
together. And this is going to kind of fly around menacingly in your face. Next is the other bat. It's going to also not find its voice again. Jesus, what's with these rolls? It's going to attack you with its bite. That's a 19.
That's a hit.
Yep. Okay. Alright. And that's 3 piercing and 12 poison.
You!
Alright. Next is the Mezzaloth's turn. It's going to see that it's surrounded on all sides and doesn't care for this at all. So it's
Can
going to...
I Can I, what the hell is that tiefling ability?
Hellish Rebuke.
Yes, that.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
It's a dex save.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, DC 16.
DC 16. Oh my god, it was like teetering on a 17 and fell to a 3. It fails. Yeah, it's toast.
Boom!
Alright. Bat creature down. So the Mezzaloth is going to see that its numbers are dwindling, that it's surrounded, and it's going to say, "Peace out!" And it's going to disappear. And it is going to reappear off in the distance, about 40 feet to the east of the map. And that's going to be its turn. Sacha.
Bonus action dash towards it.
Okay. You catch up to it easily.
Alright, and then I can't do shit. Or actually, I still have my primary attack. So I'll do that.
I just set you as invisible. You're fine. 26. Yeah, that hits. 3, 6. Okay. Alright.
And no sneak, right?
No sneak attack, unfortunately. You have your bonus attack if you want to take it.
I use that to dash.
Oh, you did. Oh, so it's +5. So,
Oh yeah, charge.
yeah. Okay. It is teetering. It's kind of, you kind of see this red kind of spittle kind of drip down its front, and when it does, it makes a hissing noise when it hits the ice. Daxos, you see Sacha with her murder mitts plunged into the chest of this Mezzaloth. Its arms and its trident kind of flailing around wildly. And then there's also another bat creature menacing Forrester.
Okay. So is a Mezzaloth just like effed up? Like,
It looks like it's in bad shape. Real bad shape.
okay. I will move the 30 feet as close as I can. I guess that's 30 feet right there.
Okay.
And I will. Let's smack that thing with some Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Boom, baby.
Go ahead and roll your Eldritch Blasts.
1.
That's a miss. And that's also
Oh,
a miss.
jeez. That's it.
So Daxos, you release 2 Eldritch Blasts, and they just kind of fly right by Sacha's head, colliding into its shoulder plates, not doing any damage to it, unfortunately. Forrester, you're being harried by a bat creature with attitude. What do you do?
Oh boy. Alright. He's gonna Flame Blade.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's gonna hit the bat thing. Go. Hold on, just a second. Just a second. Sorry. Okay, go ahead and roll damage. Yeah, you kill it.
Cool.
This
And then
the scimitar
Okay.
swing ignited, rips through the bat creature just kind of as a cross section, and it falls dead. And then off in the distance, you can see this bug creature and this contrast to this blue ice. Its glowing red eyes in the distance.
where's the bug creature at?
It's off to the east, kind of over where Daxos is. It's off the map though.
Okay, just wanna make sure. Alright.
Yeah, you can see it though.
And then what's this question mark?
That is Marley's sacred weapon.
Alright, okay.
Mystery.
Yeah. I'll just move that on. Alright. That'll be it.
Okay. Rangor. Let's see, can he reach it? No, he can't reach it, but he can do something kind of dumb. Okay, I'm gonna leave it up to you guys.
Throw one of his shields at it.
Do the dumb. Do the dumb.
High or low?
Hi.
Okay. He takes his full blade and he launches it like a javelin at the
Yes.
Mezoloth.
Oh no.
He's gonna make.
I am at the Mezoloth.
He's gonna make an improvised weapon attack.
Oh no.
He rolled a natural 1.
Oh no.
No.
He takes the blade and he tries to heft it like a javelin, but his foot slips on the ice and it smacks into the ice right underneath him. I'm gonna roll for severity. Oh no, another natural 1.
Oh no.
The ice splits out from under him and he falls in.
Oh.
No.
That's not what I thought was gonna happen. I thought it was gonna hit me.
And you guys can't see him from where you're standing. Marley, you're up next.
I'm gonna send my spiritual weapon towards the Mezoloth.
How far away can you move it?
120 feet.
Oh, okay, yeah, you catch up to it.
That gets summoning only. I think extra movement for the.
It's like, oh yeah, it's like 30 feet. That's right.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh, really? Sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, boo. Okay, let's see.
You could
Okay.
send it to under Rangor.
I think I'm just gonna move towards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, towards here, and then I'm gonna toll the dead at it,
Okay.
which has a range of 60 feet.
And what kind of save is it again?
Toll the dead is Wisdom 14.
It fails.
Correct. It's 2d12.
Jeez. Ooh. What do you say when you kill this thing, Marley?
Oh. God, I don't know. I think she's like mad that her dad's body has potentially gone missing. There's like she just like starts screaming like, "Get out of my town!"
Okay. You all watch. Sacha, your murder mitts are almost like wrist deep in this thing, and you just hear Marley screech from the distance, "Get out of my town!" And the Mezoloth, there's like a gong sound somewhere around it, and it begins to vibrate with so much force that its head explodes, and then its chest bursts open with this molten kind of ichor and washes all over the ice, hissing.
You mean giant can of Radex appears above it and just starts spraying hell down upon it?
Now, if her holy weapon had killed it, I would have done that, but... Congratulations, guys. You are out of combat at the moment.
And now we need to go save Rangor.
He's gonna make a strength check.
I so thought he was...
He rolled a 5. So he is flailing in this ice cold water, and he's kind of thrashing at the surface. The shock of the cold has disorientated him so badly that he's not making any headway.
I so thought he was gonna spear me with that thing. I thought it was dead.
Daxos will jump in.
Oh,
'Cause I have
really?
the water breathing for 24 hours, so...
All right. Make a Constitution saving throw as you jump into this ice cold water.
See, if I had known you were going to make me do that shit.
Okay.
19.
Not bad. You jump in, and there's a cold shiver that runs through you, but your devil heritage just kind of bolsters you even in this cold water, and you manage to swim to Rangor. And he kind of does like the drowning victim thing where he latches on to the first thing he sees. So what do you do?
I don't want to say I smack him, but like I direct him to the hole, like, hey, idiot, you can swim. Like, let's do that.
Okay.
And so I'll try to swim with him up.
All right, make an athletics check with advantage. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna roll for him to do it because you're helping him.
Okay.
It's good. I'm glad you did that. The two of you break the surface of the ice cold water like some kind of frozen womb, and you guys just kind of lay on the surface of the ice, breathing heavily. Both of you are very, very cold.
Oh man, you goddamn it, Wrangler! What the are you thinking, man? Fuck.
Hey, Forrester, you wanna make a campfire out of one of these buildings?
Sure. And yeah, let's just flame the building.
Which one?
Which one looks the most flammable?
Make a
Probably the one I got started.
make a survival check to figure that out. Okay. Pretty much if you put enough heat on the inside of any of these buildings, they'll probably go up. Especially the ones that have been closed. The smaller one to the north is probably a good one, you think?
Yeah, I'll do that one.
Okay. When you set it on fire, you hear more of those shrieks coming from inside. The door is closed, and it doesn't seem like it can get out.
That works.
Shit. Oh, is that actual bugs? It sounded like the bugs.
No, it was another one of those winged creatures.
Oh, okay, cool. Just wanna
The
make
bat
sure
the
that-
bat things.
Alright.
I forgot. There's still 2 more buildings to the south.
Yeah, I'm not very concerned about that at the moment.
All right, huddle around the screeching fire.
Ringer will go over. So, describe to me how you get warm, because this is kind of important.
Well, I imagine that Rangor and Daxos are spooning. Rangor, little spoon, of course.
Rangor's gonna make a survival check real quick. See if he knows what to do. No, this would be intelligence, actually. Now that I think about it. Okay. He rummages through his pack, and he finds a blanket, and he kind of asks Forrester to hold it, and then he strips naked and wraps himself in the blanket, and he looks to you, Daxos, and he's shivering, and he says, "You better get out of those clothes. You'll freeze to death."
They're just gonna sap the heat right out of you. It's actually really smart.
Yeah, it is true.
Oh man, can you guys look away then? Shit.
I stare.
I stand next to Forrester staring.
Make a modesty check. No, I'm just kidding. So do you kind of do
notebook.
Okay, do you kind of do the same thing, Daxos?
Yeah, I'll try to be very modest about it though.
Okay. Make a performance check.
Well, I'm not doing a striptease, Jesus.
No, natural one is a striptease.
Close.
10.
It's pretty close. No, you kind of do like the magician's thing where you kind of throw the cloth up in front of you, and then when it comes down again, you're wrapped up in your bedding in front of this fire, and your clothes are beside you.
You know what?
Close
Here,
at
I'm gonna take off my shorts and give them to Daxos, since I don't really wear clothes anyway.
Okay. Alright, you do that, no problem. So you kind of warm up. You can kind of hear, as you're sitting in the quiet after the fight, and the adrenaline's kind of settling down in all of you, you can hear the low kind of of the Nexus in the shack behind you.
I'm gonna head over to the Mezzoloth, and I'm gonna search it.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Alrighty.
Okay.
16.
You easily find its trident that it was carrying, and you see something written on it, or rather emblazoned. And it's kind of decorated with like a flame motif on the tines, and on the haft, you see the word Berg, B-E-R-G, written on
What language?
Emblazoned on the haft.
What language?
Common.
Oh,
Just B-E-R-G, Berg.
well, I guess that was its name.
And you also rolled high enough to see on the very end of the trident, you see the symbol for Warmind on it.
Ooh. Okay. Anything else on its body?
No, that's pretty much it. It was all just chitin and anger and trident.
Well, I guess I'll take some of its chitin then.
Okay, make a survival check. Okay.
20 natural.
You managed to pull off, I'm gonna say, 3 chitinous plates. And just kind of put like parentheses Mezzoloth, and I'll know what that is.
Alright.
And it's a good thing you rolled so high, because as you were cutting into it at first, its blood was starting to burn whatever you were cutting into it with. So,
Good thing I have dagger.
you have discovered another Nexus and dealt with its guardian. How would you like to deal with the Nexus?
Well, we had Daxos blow it up last time, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So I recommend we get nice and far away from it and do that again. Or, hold on. What if we study it? Can we remove it from the wall?
It's just kind of floating, kind of
Can
off
we-
to the side.
Can we move it? I'm gonna try to push it.
I'd like you to make an intelligence check for me, please.
I don't remember what happened last time.
I know, that's why I'm asking you to make an intelligence check. It's fine, yeah. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, there's nothing that could go wrong.
Alright, I'm gonna try to push it.
Okay,
First,
I
just get
need-
ready to like tackle Sasha just in case anything happens.
okay. Does anyone stop her before she touches the Nexus?
Do we remember what happened last time?
Everyone make an intelligence check.
I'm gonna say Daxos remembers it, or I remember an explosion.
If you all
I don't
roll
know what
below a
Daxos
10,
remembers.
something bad is going to happen.
Is this a save or an intelligence check?
Intelligence check.
Oh, shit. All right, my bad. That was
Well, sorry, Sasha.
So,
Okay. Forrester and Marley, you're not lusting for power, nor are you freezing to death, so you remember the last time you guys interacted with one of these, anything that touched it either evaporated or died.
yeah. First, I try to tackle Sasha.
Okay.
Sacha, no!
Do you resist, Sacha?
No.
Okay, you're tackled to the ground, and Forrester, what do you say?
Don't touch it unless you want to die.
How do we even know I'll die?
Because last time that's what happened to the last crystal.
I think it will burn
What touched
you.
it last time?
A mage hand and a piece of cloth.
But did any of us actually touch it physically?
Last time, you guys tried to put it in a backpack, and it ate the backpack. You also saw, like, a moth fly into it, and it just died. Like, exploded. And then you also tried to magic it around, and it just ate everything you put on it.
What happens to Bangor's little crystal shard when it gets really, really close to the...
Yeah.
It's like one of those massagers kind of sound, but like more metallic, just like a kind of thing.
Is it bad? I want to touch it just to know what actually happens.
Sacha.
Yeah, I think.
I mean,
it's bad.
technically, I'm not alive.
It might just, like, hurt your body, though.
I mean,
Or I might just destroy you because you're technically not alive either. Like the cloth isn't alive, and that cloth got destroyed.
I'm going to take I'm gonna break off like a piece of wood from one of the buildings, take some of my clay, form it on the end, and then touch it.
Okay. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. Okay. You don't take any damage, but the stick you're holding onto explodes, and you're pushed back 5 feet.
Okay, I'm not touching it.
You just watch Sacha just kind of casually touch the end of this stick onto this glowing rock in this shack, and there's a burst of this green energy, and she gets knocked on her ass, and she's holding on to nothing anymore, and the crystal just kind of calms back down.
Alright, do we have any way to limit the blast radius of this thing so the shards don't go flying?
No, not that I know of.
What about, do you have... What was that magic circle thing you had, Marley?
Rangor will kind of chime in, and he'll say, "I'll just find a shard if it flies away. I have this."
But what if-
and he
what if
pulls
we
out
wanna
the
keep them
matchbox. Sorry, what?
But what if we want to keep them all?
I mean, he just kind of shrugs.
Can I find one of the shards that is like kind of broke off? Can I find one, if possible?
Make
Well,
an
we haven't
investigation
broken it
check.
yet.
Oh, I haven't broke. Oh.
Make an
I'm trying
investigation
to... I'm trying to find a way to keep them from flying everywhere after we break it.
Okay.
I don't think my magic circle would contain it anyways. I think that's for specific types of creatures.
With your investigation check, you don't find any shards. You do find a set of playing cards. And on the deck, like the box, is the symbol for Warmind. You also see a crate inside this shack that says "Property of Berg," and there's a little symbol of like a flame wearing a little chef hat.
I'm next to it. I'm in the same building, right?
Yeah, you kind of see Forrester point these things out.
I'm gonna hand him the trident.
Okay. So you're all aware the trident is has a calling card for Warmind on it.
It also has Berg, whoever that is.
So, how are we going to take care of this Nexus, guys?
I think last time we all hid behind a giant shield and then like blasted it from far away.
It's magical, obviously, right?
The Nexus?
I'm
Oh
assuming
yeah.
it's magical. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Super magic.
Okay, I'm gonna try to dispel magic.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll try at level 4, just be safe.
Okay, so make a wisdom check then. I think that's how counterspell goes because it's way above that level.
Oh fuck.
Okay. I'm gonna roll severity.
Alright.
Okay, not bad. You try to cast dispel magic on it, and Daxos, if you swear a stone could laugh, this one did when Daxos tried to dispel it. I mean, when Forrester tried to dispel it. You just see the crystal just kind of pulse, and then your fingertips kind of catch on fire for a moment, Forrester, and then you kind of shake them out.
Hmm.
The only reason you could kind of sense its comical kind of reaction was because it probably shares a connection with you.
Well then, that was pretty ineffective. Can we just blow this fucking thing up already?
Keep in mind you have some really, really nice ranged options.
Yeah.
in the hundreds of feet category.
Nah, 10 feet will do.
Yeah, our spell sniper Daxos has 240 range, so.
Yep.
Alright, but we should try to get as many of the shards as we can.
Okay. Alright. So I'm gonna assume you guys just kind of walk way far away, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand behind Rangor and his many shields.
Okay. Is anybody else gonna try to make a ranged attack on this thing besides Daxos?
I am. I have to be 60 feet away from it, though.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have to be 60 feet away.
60 feet. Okay.
I only have a longbow.
All right.
Daxos will be 200 feet away. He remembers last time.
Okay. So, let's see. Okay, yeah, so you guys will all be off the map at 60 feet away. So we'll go ahead and close that. So, you back up various distances away. Everyone go ahead and roll an attack roll. Satya, how far away are you standing?
Probably with Daxos and Rangor.
Okay.
Behind Rangor.
Behind Rangor. Okay. Alright, Daxos, those both hit. Forster, those hit as well. That hits as well.
I'm gonna use Sacred Flame, which is a dexterity saving throw.
It automatically fails. It's a construct.
Yep.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Sorry,
So sad.
an immovable
Stationary.
construct. Rangor is actually going to use...
He's gonna chuck his full blade again.
No, he's going to use... I think he's got a bow or something.
I do, but it's just
Oh, he's got a crossbow. Yeah, he's also
not
going
worth
to.
the.
A natural 20. Are you kidding me?
Holy shit.
Oof.
Maybe you just play Rango from now on every time fucking battles.
Alright, so that's going to be 9. Okay, alright. So we got 14, 22, 24. Yeah. So I'm going to give it to Daxos. You see your friends shoot at it, and you kind of see it start to pulse, and you just kind of chuckle to yourself and fling 2 Eldritch blasts at it, with tails that total up to 9, as it collides into this nexus, and it just kind of implodes for a second into like a singularity, and then explodes with a huge kind of crashing boom. You guys are just outside the range. You guys at 60 feet.
Nice.
And the
Was the
blast,
range, like, 50?
the blast kind of like immediately rushes up to you, and kind of singes all of your eyebrows. Those of you that have them, and you're just kind of like, leaning back a little bit away from it. But your vision comes back after the flash. And the shack is destroyed. There's nothing left. There's just a crater, and there is actually now some water underneath where the shack was, freestanding water. And Rangor immediately takes out his little matchbox. He's just kind of minesweepering for a shard.
I'm gonna
He's gonna roll
help
with
him.
advantage for 1.
As soon as I find one, I'm gonna put it in my compass.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to find one too, and like next time, because Forrester has like a thing he wants to try out later.
Okay. Go ahead and roll with a investigation check.
I want to cast Locate Object and look for a shard with 1,000 feet.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna send out Keppa to look for him too.
All right, Marley. When you cast, is it Find Object or Detect Object?
Locate Object.
Oh, locate Object. When you cast Locate Object, you expect to sense more than one, but there is only one shard within the spell's range. And you kind of lead Rangor over to it, and he takes out the shard, and it goes tink, and joins the one he has, and it's actually a little bit bigger now. And he slides it back into the matchbox, and it stops vibrating.
Huh.
Alright, well, this was fun. Can we please go back to town?
Well, since there was only one shard, that means it's probably the core of it, right? Since that's the only one that survives. Because we only found one last time, too.
Sure, that sounds about right.
Oh.
Alright. So you guys packing it in, heading back to town?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys walk back to town, the wind kind of whipping at your backs. Daxos, you and Rangor's clothes are like frozen solid as you're
Daxos
walking
is
back.
still in my booty shorts.
You're kind of wrapped up in your bedding, and so is Rangor as you guys are walking. I'm gonna I'm gonna say you can put your shoes back on at least, but everything else is just frozen. You make it back to town in the Odachi. It's much quieter without Harl around. And her Goliath hubby is kind of behind the bar, and he's kind of actually got some papers sitting on the bar, and he's kind of looking them over with a frown on his face. And he notices you come in and says, "Back so soon? Did everything go all right?"
What those papers mean to you?
No, they're just displeasing, he says, and kind of piles them up and tucks them in like a satchel.
Yeah, everything was great. Enjoyed a little midday swim. Everything was great. It's fucking great, man. Fucking great. And Dex just goes over to the hearth.
He kind of
Don't mind him.
he kind of says, "That great, huh? Yeah.
Don't mind him. He was just chilling out.
Chilling.
Take 3 points of psychic damage." No, I'm just kidding. It's fine. No, he says, "So your investigation took you into the bay."
Yeah.
But
Yeah, quite literally.
in the bay, not on top of the ice, but in it.
Oh, it was on top for a while.
Yes, it's just that one of our partner members is not the brightest person.
You just kind of hear a
Gonna-
shivering. You just kind of hear a shivering Rangor. Fuck you. And as he sits next to Daxos in front of the hearth, Daxos, you recover much faster than Rangor does. You think your infernal constitution might have something to do with it.
Yeah.
So I assume you guys just kind of chill out for a moment, or did you want to have something else you wanted to do?
I'm gonna try to open my book again.
It is stuck shut.
Damn.
I'm gonna pull out my mom's journal and like sit down and read it again.
Okay. Anything in particular you're looking for?
No, I think Marley's just like looking at her mom and writing. Missing her.
Gotcha.
I'm just gonna sit across from Marley and stare at her.
Okay.
Just blankly and deadly.
Marley, when you're looking over the pages, you're kind of flipping absent-mindedly, and you make it back to the last page, and you see the blood on the last page, the dot, kind of like a period to the end of her last words to you. And then when you kind of flip to the behind the page into the cover, it's a little bit of salt just kind of falls onto the table.
Ooh. Hey, Bertram? I'm gonna bring the journal over to
Okay.
Goliath.
Yes. Are you hungry? Can I get one? Can I get you anything?
Actually, I was wondering.
You're all guests here, so whatever you need, I can hopefully get.
I think those two might need a hot chocolate point over at Daxos and Rancor. Still shivering by the fire.
Rangor is like, make it a double.
Yeah, take your time. Whatever's good.
Okay.
Um,
Go ahead, sorry.
I'm gonna hold up the journal and ask him, where did Harl find it?
She didn't, actually. That was the good doctor. He volunteered it. He was cleaning up, taking over things at the clinic, and he said he stumbled upon it. And he refused to read it to Harl. he could read Elven, but Harl couldn't.
And this. Have you heard anything about the missing bodies?
Oh, it's just nonsense. I'm sure those
Didn't look
bodies
like
are still
nonsense.
there. They just lost track of where we buried them.
Would I know where they're buried?
You would, actually. And
Okay.
they are buried. Well, the mass site is to the south of Kalus, a little bit away from the water, because they didn't want the water being, or the coast being tainted. But it's at a quiet enough spot, and the salt is supposed to keep animals away from trying to dig in there and eat them.
Guys, I want to go to the grave.
You want to do what now?
I want to go to the mass grave.
How about we let them rest a little bit? Maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
What time of day is it?
At this point, it's still kind of early in the day. It's probably about noon. But you wouldn't know it, though, because the sun is barely visible above the cloud coverage.
If you give me just a little bit to warm up, I can get my spells back. I should be okay to go in give or take an hour.
Yeah, let's go tomorrow.
Tomorrow's good too.
Rest up first.
Anything else you guys want to do during the day?
I have something I want to do during the night.
Okay.
I want to try to go through another purification with Marley.
Okay. Bertram will say, since you're staying, fancy helping out? And he kind of holds some papers. He kind of takes the papers out and kind of holds them questioningly.
With what?
I have some fishermen who are in need of escorts, and with Harl gone, we're actually a little short-handed. If you would like to take one up, that would be most helpful.
We could take a look at it.
Sure. I mean, you're all exceptionally talented, I'm sure, but I think it'd be a good idea for you all to stay together. And he kind of slides a paper towards you, Sacha.
And I do the reedy thing.
Okay. Basically, it's just a formal kind of request for Harl to assign a group of escorts for a fishing trip off the coast, further up north. And it in the request, it does mention specific names, but you get the feeling those people are not available for whatever reason.
Is there a date on it?
Not really. They would want to go as soon as possible, based on the wording, but they understand these things take time, sometimes.
Maybe after our investigations. We don't quite know what we're in for yet.
Very well, I understand. And Bertrand holds out his hand to take the paper back from you.
And to give it to him.
Okay, you hand it back. And he brings out some hot chocolate for you and Daxos, or for Rangor and Daxos as you guys kind of recover. Kind of have like a short rest if you need it. Is there anything else you guys want to do before heading off to bed?
Not I.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Sacha, do you want to try some stuff out?
Yeah, I said I wanted to do the another ritual thing.
Okay.
Okay. What do we want to try today? What do we want to try today?
Today, tonight, whatever.
Or tonight?
So what are we gonna try?
See.
We're gonna try to purify my core like we did last time. Put more holy magic into it and holy water.
1 drop nearly put you out last time, Sacha. Are you okay with this?
I know it's been
worth a
2
try.
weeks. I know it's been 2 weeks, so just to remind you, you took a point of exhaustion, and constructs aren't supposed to take exhaustion.
I remember, but I think it's worth it to do something about it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna take out my gloves.
Okay. You doctor up, slapping on some gloves, and you're able to open up an area kind of around Sacha's core, and you can kind of see the black briars that are encasing it in this thorny protective shell. What would you like to do?
Wait, my core's green, right?
It glows green, but the briars are kind of like a mix between a black and green. Like black stem, if that makes sense, and like green thorns.
I'm sorry, my internet just cut out. What?
So it's basically like black stem, like the woody part of like a rose stem, and then green thorns. Basically, is what it looks like. And it's just this case around your source, your power source.
We never got a look at the crystal itself, did we?
You're getting
Or
a small peek
the
right
core.
now.
Does it look anything like the crystal we just destroyed?
The Nexus.
Yeah.
Make a intelligence check. Either one. Or both. I mean, they're both kind of glowy green. That's about the only similarity you can see.
Let's call Rangoran. So we
Yeah.
can get a side-by-side comparison.
Okay. So he kind of brings the matchbox over and he's like, "Well, what do you want me to do? What is this?"
We want to see the crystal next to me to get a comparison.
Okay. He kind of like he kind of like TSA agents the matchbox around you, like he's checking for weapons.
No, just
And
hold it still. We just need to look at it.
It doesn't react whatsoever.
But do they look similar?
He takes out the shard and says, he takes it out, and what he shows you, it looks like if you stained obsidian green and put it, and then like drilled into it and put an LED inside of it. That's what it would look like. So it's pretty different visually.
Okay. Just had to be sure.
He closes up and puts it away. He says, "All right, I'm going to bed," and he heads upstairs.
Alright. No. Alright. Back to it.
Okay. So before putting the holy water on your core, I want to cast Calm Emotions on
Sacha,
the core.
the core.
Yes, like, it was angry the last time we did this, so I want to calm it down a little bit.
I need 1 second to go grab my dog.
Okay. All right. Just kidding. That's interesting. I don't think I would have thought of that until now. It's fine. I'm good. I'm ready. Improv. Gotta look at some notes real quick. Okay, yeah. That's what I thought. You guys got through that Mezzoloth pretty quickly. I'm pretty impressed. I expected the Var ghouls to mess you guys up a little more. That fireball, man. That fireball.
Puppy acquired.
Okay. All right. So,
Should we try to purify some of the surrounding tissue before?
You could try.
All right, let's do that too.
So, you're gonna cast Calm Emotions on the core.
Yes.
Okay. So first, we're gonna start with the Wisdom check.
From Marley.
For Marley.
From me.
And a Constitution saving throw for Satya.
I feel like I'm about to need a lot of these.
Oof. Yeah. Oof.
Okay. Let me roll some dice.
Oh no.
What did you do, Marley?
Emotions are running high for me in this town.
Okay. Satya, you are watching your friend who is taking such care, like she's playing Operation, but with your core. She's got gloves on, she's poking and prodding in places she knows that are safe. And then she takes her finger and it begins to glow with a divine kind of aura. And she tells you... What do you say, Marley?
I'm just gonna try to calm this girl down a little bit.
And then she puts the glowing finger somewhere inside you. And nothing happens to Marley. But you... part of you kind of explodes. You feel it inside of you. And it just kind of radiates through all of your limbs. And one of your murder mitts explodes. I need Marley to please make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh shit.
What?
You manage to dodge out of the way just in time as 3 of her claws rocket towards your face. And if it were not bad enough that they are sharp blades, but you see that they are kind of coated in this kind of dark necrotic energy as they slash across your face for 6 points of damage.
Ouch.
And then the shards of the murder mitts kind of in the wall.
Oh, did they shatter?
2 of them did. One of them is still intact, but your right hand is destroyed.
Oh.
Okay, that was not a good idea.
And
Well, I lost a murder mitt.
and everyone within 10 feet heard the shrieking wail of a child.
Alright, I'm gonna lay on top of these now. And I'm just gonna lay on top of my hands.
By the way, you can reform your hand back to normal. It just won't have the murder mitts for that.
Yeah,
one.
I figured.
I'm gonna retrieve that single claw out of the wall.
Okay.
I might just leave the murder mitts off of that.
And I'm gonna cast mending on the wall.
Okay.
Bertram.
Oh,
Bertram just kind of saw that and heard that, and he's got this wide-eyed expression, just like, and he just says, "Well, she did say you were into some weird shit. Whatever that was, thank you for fixing my wall. I'm gonna go back to work now." He just kind of turns around and shuffles papers.
Sorry.
I thought we were doing this in the room.
Oh, were you? I'm sorry. That wasn't specified. In which case, you still repair the property damage, but Bertram is none the wiser.
I mean, are we just playing Operation with me on like the dining room table?
So, is
View of everyone.
there anything else you two want to attempt this evening?
I don't know if I want to keep going with the holy water, Satcha. We already exploded your hand.
I want to keep going.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll lay on the murder mitts so that they don't explode on you again.
Wait, they come off, right? Like, didn't Tabra make a thing where
They're kind of nailed in there.
Yeah, stuck.
they're nailed in?
He made sheaths, but he did not make... He tried to, but he didn't roll high enough to make them detachable.
Oh. Okay.
Well, one of them's detachable now.
Has detached. Okay. I'll put just like the tiniest drop of holy water on the core.
Okay. Sacha, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
Seize your time. Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, come on.
A 2 and a natural 20. Oh, man.
Oh.
Okay, so... You suffer 29 points of radiant damage, and immediately fall unconscious. So you automatically fail a death saving throw. Because you fell unconscious and then you took the damage, so that's a failed death saving throw.
My hit points are 38.
I know, but the holy water itself made you unconscious, like 0 hit points.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna
Marley-
cast Cure Wounds on her.
okay, so you're conscious again, but while you were under, Satcha, you visited that same hallway, and you saw your father again. And as you got closer, you expected the bone-like form. And it does happen again, but right before it does, you see another man standing behind him, and you just see the outline before Marley brings you back.
Oh, who is that?
How are you feeling?
Dead.
You have a point of exhaustion.
Feel confused and
Oh, actually, I'm
like
sorry.
shit.
No, you have 2 points of exhaustion. I'm sorry.
Oh.
My bad, I forgot. You have 2 points.
I'm just gonna not move and
And now, whenever you sit still, Satcha, you feel your core vibrating. Like it's trying to escape your chest.
oh. Well, man, My core's vibrating.
Yeah, it's like you ever had the hiccups or a stomach cramp, but it doesn't hurt. You just kind of feel your insides kind of jiggling around.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that, but in your chest.
Yeah, I was just letting Marley know that it's vibrating.
Oh, sorry.
Vibrating.
It didn't do that before. It's like it's trying to jump out.
Can I, like, feel to see what it feels like?
Sure. Make a perception check. You put your hand on her chest where you know the core is, and you've kind of done this before, and you didn't really feel anything the first time, but now you feel like there's a heartbeat, kind of. But instead of it just kind of being a gentle pulse, it's almost like a caged animal trying to get out of her chest. Like as if you had trapped a rat and was trying to knock over whatever it was holding it.
So we're weakening the barrier or the hold.
Maybe.
And you notice, Marley, that Sacha does not look good. She's actually having trouble standing, and her eyes seem to lose focus whenever she's looking at you.
I think we should stop this for tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay down.
And again, for the first time in a long time, Sacha, you fall asleep. Like, actually fall asleep. Marley, is there anything else you want to do this evening?
I'm gonna think about the phrase "do no harm."
Okay. You all settle down for the evening, and none of you have any awful dreams or anything of the like. And you're all kind of bracing for it. Maybe the Nexus wasn't the cause of the dreams, but your dreams are untroubled. But when the dawn, the cloudy dawn meets your faces, you all hear an uproarious shout and scream from outside, and you hear many hurried feet running into and out of the Odachi. And that's where we'll end.
Ooh. All right.